This is a remarkable a piece of legislation. It will be the first time that we enact an Arctic policy. Any state in the Union enacts an Arctic policy, and it's appropriate because, as I've said many times and others have stated on this floor, that we are the state that makes the United States an Arctic nation. So it's appropriate that we do this. The United States put its Arctic policy in place. Actually, it was our now U.S. Senator Dan Sullivan, as one of the State Department officials under President G.W. Bush. He put that first Arctic policy in place in 1992, and now there's a strategic plan that's going in place. But this will be the first state policy that comes into place. We worked on this. Other members here in this body joined me, along with other members in the other body, and 16 public members in the Alaska Arctic Policy Commission over the last 2 years. The bill centers around that 2-year effort. It puts the 4 value statements that we conceived of, upholding the state's commitment to an economically vibrant, sustainable Arctic, that we collaborate with all levels of government, tribes, industry, non-governmental organizations to achieve transparent and inclusive Arctic decision-making, to enhance the security of the Arctic region, something that we've talked a lot about. Russia is very close and certainly very active. They have 36 polar class icebreakers. China is become an active participant economically, and so the security is something that we want to focus on. We also want to look at the resilience of the communities, to respect and integrate the culture, language, and knowledge of the Arctic people who have been in Alaska for thousands of years. Wonderful cultures. The bill also recognizes the importance of strategic recommendations that have come out of the Alaska Arctic Policy Implementation Plan. There are 4 lines of effort. Mr. President, you've seen our report. There are 3 reports that have come out, and again, it's on akarctic.com for the public that's watching. You can go online and read it or print it out. The 4 lines of effort: number 1, to promote economic and resource development. That's most important. Number 2, to address infrastructure and response capacity. It's a gap that we have right now. We still do not have an Arctic port. We still do not have a polar class response vessel. To support healthy communities in the Arctic. And then finally, the 4th line of effort is to support existing science, but to foster new science and research that aligns with the priorities of the state of Alaska. With all the international focus on the Arctic, we can't let the perceptions of others, particularly the federal government, drive new development possibilities. We've had some concerns about that, particularly the new announcement about ANWR. The Chukchi and the Beaufort possess valuable energy resources for the future. That's a part of this policy that we have moving forward. Minerals are a tremendous possibility for the future, tourism and transportation. So House Bill 1 is a policy that we hope will drive the federal strategic efforts. We hope it will also drive international considerations. There are 7 other Arctic nations out there, Mr. President, and as we prepare at the end of this month of April to take the reins, the chairmanship of the Arctic Council as the United States government, we're proud today to put this Arctic policy in place in the Blue Books, the Statute of Alaska, and hope that the work of the Alaska Arctic Policy Commission, the work of the Alaska State Senate, the work of the Alaska House, and of course now the governor has appointed Craig Fleener as his Arctic ambassador. All of our work together in the state will drive the federal government's perceptions and will also drive international policy making. So I urge member support.